Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. Get yourself signed up for that free account with Caleb and Brown, XRPwealth589.com. You'll understand why institutional grade custody, no fee, no hidden spreads. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable what's going on at Caleb and Brown, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you this, you get human customer service, which I've not found anywhere in this entire digital asset space unless you're going to Caleb and Brown. Whether it's a prime broker to set your market orders correctly, or you just want to speak to somebody about concerns about your account. They have multiple layers of security protection as a given on their platform. This is the place to go if you want to start getting the best night's sleep you've ever had. XRPwealth589.com. Get your free account opened up. Now let's take a look at this. By the way, join us in the Freedom Zone today. Big Pharma, and I'll tell you a secret on how to make sure no one has actually got access to your Google account. You're going to want that. And we're down to how many days now? 10, 11 days till the conference, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets before they're gone.
Hi, I'm Teresi. I'm a model and a crypto enthusiast. The excitement is building. XRP Las Vegas 2025 is almost here. Learn more about the evolution of finance and Web3 from top industry leaders. I have my ticket. Do you have yours?
Now's the time to get your ticket at XRPLasVegas.com and check out the conference agenda. Also, builders and developers will have a shot at $25,000 in prize money with the best Web3 project ideas in a Shark Tank-like pitch.
Let's go, XRP community. Lock in.
No doubt about it. Get your tickets, XRPLasVegas.com. We start right here. Binance CEO Richard Tang. I want you to hear what he's got to say.
At 100 million users, but a lot of them are coming through as institutions, right? So yeah, the sovereigns, the semi-sovereigns, the family offices, the high net worth individuals, the allocators, the funds, people that just trade commodities, FX, stocks and bonds in the past are now adding a crypto trading desk, right? So we see a lot. So last year, in terms of institutional investors, we added, new onboarding of 97%. This year, in the first quarter, the momentum is very, very strong.
It's doubled from that side.
So you can see the institutions are coming in a very big way. Well, we got news you're going to love today. Number one is BitMEX, the world's largest cryptocurrency derivatives exchange since 2014, is bringing the real USD to the platform. Come on in. Oh, it gets better. CME's XRP futures are set to go live today, further legitimizing Ripple-linked cryptocurrency XRP. Yes, it is. And then there's this to note. This is really interesting about this here. What could the effects of CME futures bring to this market? Well, this gentleman here that did the analysis says that it suggests a major correction could follow, similar to what happened when Bitcoin and Ethereum after their futures launches. Check this out. Essentially, if history repeats, XRP could experience a rally fueled by speculation, followed by a pullback as shorts and basis trades enter the market. However, the actual impact will depend heavily on how institutional players engage with the product and on the liquidity and volume these futures attract, which makes sense. Beyond the immediate price implications, it says here, of the XRP futures launch on CME, the product could also bolster XRP's case for spot ETF approval, which I believe is exactly what's coming soon after this. This is live today, right now, ladies and gentlemen. So again, remember, true price discovery comes from the paper traded market. It's the futures and the spot market. That's where you get true price discovery. So the reality is we don't actually have true price discovery the way the traditional market does it. But we're going to. Once we get the spot product on the market, then you're going to see it really take shape, I believe. Now, there's more good news going on, and one is this. Ripple payments momentum is building in the UAE. You know, the place that the president was just at, making all kinds of new deals and bringing trillions of dollars into the United States of America. Well, following the DFSA license that we reported, Zanbank and MamoPay are now live on Ripple payments, bringing always-on blockchain-powered cross-border payments to one of the world's top remittance hubs. This is a very big deal in my eyes. More information on that. Basically, Ripple signs the 2 UA clients Middle East expansion. How big is this, right? Well, it's 400 billion big, right? Because UAE and Ripple's now tapped into the $400 billion financial market that is the United Arab Emirates. Come on in. This is big. Now remember, we still have Hidden Road, 3+ trillion. These things are cumulative, ladies and gentlemen. This is adding up. I love where this is going. And look, we're close to legislation, but we know ISO 20022 is in the commercialization phase in 2025. As bank migration to the new standard ramps up and globally systemically important banks, known as GSIBs, begin developing specific use cases. Here you can see right here, it written down from Deloitte, one of the big four, right here, commercialization 2025 plus. A plausible ramp up in time frame is 2025 after MT format sunsets, with the GSIBs beginning to develop industry-specific use cases. Isn't this where we are? And with the onset of stablecoin legislation, of course it is. And remember, today it goes back up for vote, 5:30 to be exact. This is what Mike Novogratz said.
Crypto finally at the brink. Right, we're gonna get a bill done on Monday.
Okay, and then we had Senator Haggerty, who introduced the Genius Act, say as much as well. He said, we will get, and the Senate will make history when we pass the Genius Act that establishes the first ever pro-growth regulatory framework for payment stablecoins, cementing the U.S. dollar dominance in the new on-chain economy. I'm paraphrasing, increasing treasury demand because of the new use case for stablecoins. Now, let's look into this because all eyes are on the Genius Act today, and it's shaping up to be a high-stakes week for crypto. Let's dive in from Crypto America here. I had this up 1 second ago. Let me do it again. Okay, here it is right here. So let's go and start. I had a marker here and I can't find it. Okay, so yeah, after a week of intense negotiations and late night phone calls between Senate and Republicans and Democrats, the bill's text has been revised. A momentum is building, and it says several Senate staffers and industry leaders who spoke in Crypto America over the weekend are confident that tonight's procedural vote will pave the way for the bill's passage. It goes on to say here, the update bill includes some key changes, notably targeting big tech's role in stablecoins. Listen to this. The new provisions would ban non-financial public companies like Meta, Amazon, and Google from issuing stablecoins. Remember when I said a while back that, Ripple could just white label the real USD for these companies? Remember when I played you I don't know why we got so many. Why do we need 10 stablecoins? Remember Brad Garlinghouse saying that? So now the new provisions would ban non-financial public companies like Meta, Amazon, and Google from issuing stablecoins, a move aimed at curbing their growing influence in the digital currency space. But whether this will be enough to win over the people that are holding out will be another story. But they are saying they have the votes. That's what we're getting in short. This is extremely exciting to me because we could be looking at history being made today, ladies and gentlemen. That is remarkable. Understanding that Fireblocks came out and told us over the weekend as well, 90% of banks are taking action for stablecoin powered payments. 48% say the speed is top benefit, low costs are cited last. 86% say to report infrastructure readiness, it's time to execute. 86% say that. 9 in 10 say regulations and standards drive adoption. Of course it does. Latin America leads in use. 71% use stable coins for cross-border payments. Asia is focused on growth. 49% say market expansion is the #1 driver. 88% of North American firms see regulation as a green light. That's what we see. In Europe, security leads 42% cite legacy risk, 37% want safer rails, 41% say speed, and 34% say compliance are non-negotiable for enterprise-grade adoption. Yeah, all of that is fantastic. And Fireblocks telling us that 90% of banks are taking action, and we know that 86% report to infrastructure readiness, and it's time to execute. That tells me that we're getting that stablecoin legislation, is what it tells me. And what would the price of XRP be once we get said stablecoin legislation and once Ripple gets to a place where they would like to IPO? So I think this is really a fun little model here from Crypto Basics, where they take the market cap of Google and superimpose it on top of Ripple, the market cap of Apple and Microsoft after an IPO. So basically, they're using real numbers from real company market caps and superimposing that on Ripple and asking the question, how much would XRP be if it has Google's market cap, Microsoft's market cap, and so on, right? So just looking at this, coming down here, I have one of these highlighted where I want to show. It is not highlighted anymore, but that's okay. This is why I read this stuff ahead of time. But nonetheless, if you look at this, currently trading at $2.37, around 58.62 billion tokens in circulation. It takes the numbers and asks Grok to break it down. The market cap, it says here, 138 billion and Ripple valued at 10.88 billion. Grok arrived at a ratio of roughly 12.77. This means XRP's market cap is about 12.77 times larger than Ripple's valuation today. So if that's the case and you keep that same ratio, Grok was suggested if Ripple reaches Google's market cap of 2 trillion plus, XRP market cap could grow to 25.8 trillion with the same 12.77 ratio that we currently have right now. Now, if you go down a little further, that would put XRP's price at $440.46. Now, if Ripple were to grow to Apple's level of market cap, 3.155 trillion, Grok said it could reach around $687.47. Meanwhile, in most ambitious cases, if Ripple matched Microsoft's market cap at 3.3 trillion plus, Grok predicted the price at about $735.58 for XRP if you use that same ratio and correlation market cap to price, right? So to me, look, all I'm saying is by showing this is I just want to say that the sky's the limit here. You know, these are real market cap numbers for other companies. And those other companies, we could even cite how they're tied in directly or indirectly in some cases to use Ripple's technology for all of their payments. So is it so hard to believe? Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'm loving where this is going. I can hang out and wait a little longer. We're supposed to have all the crypto legislation passed by August this year, signed on the president's desk soon after. Well, 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 what does the market cap look like then and the price for XRP? And will the ratio be the same that we just looked at, or will it be even bigger? Not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going into the Freedom Zone, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll want to join us. Hit that join button under the title, go in the description box and join us at YouTube or Patreon. We're doing it right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start with something you may have seen before in here, but I'm going to tie it into something new. And then we're going to go to a completely different conversation about how to make sure your account, your Google account, is safe and you can know how to monitor it at a level that I was not aware of before today. So we're going in right now. Come on in.